to you by our sponsors: William Richmond Inc., Farmers Home and Auto Insurance, the Bobkowski Agency, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, McNeil's Group Properties, Chesapeake's Bounty, Buddy Lee Landscaping and Contracting, LLC, Chesapeake Plastics, the Charleston Senior Community, and R.E. Graves Heating and Air Conditioning. Now, here's a weather alert update from JB Weather.
And good morning, everyone. I am Forecaster John Bordash with you right now to give you an update here from the Storm Center on what we are tracking, and it is quite a busy morning here. I'm just getting a couple things kind of squared away quickly. I want to make sure that I have the right screen up here, because what I do want to start with are there we go, okay. We're just kind of playing a game here, see what we can get, and of course, this doesn't really want to work. What? Okay, we'll just come over here. This is a little easier to look at. So this is where we currently stand right now in terms of power outages, which have become an increasingly big story across our region. So right now we're looking at the majority of our power outages really in southern St. Mary's County. I'm here on the SMECO website. You can access this just by going to smeco.coop and clicking on the outage tab. But as you just kind of look around here, I mean, we can see huge outages here. We have one here on Piney Point, on over towards Top Timbers. We have one over here towards Drayton, all the way through Callaway and Valley Lee. We have additional ones out here near Park Hall and St. James. Additional outages in California near Hollywood. Additional outages in Lusby. And the common theme, and I can show you here on radar, and if we loop this, these are the same areas that have been seeing the consistent freezing rain this morning as well. This is leading to additional ice accretion. Now, I know that this radar image might look encouraging to you, that we are just about done with what we're going to be looking at. But as we come over here, what I want to show you is our futurecast model. Is it right all the time? No, but I tend to believe it a decent amount of the time. So, this shows freezing rain really kind of continuing across our region as we head into the mid to late morning hours. This is showing, let's head this on over towards about 10 o'clock this morning. And what we will see with that is that we're still looking, and I know this shows snow. I would believe this is more sleet and freezing rain though. But this threat will continue in our area throughout the morning as we continue over towards about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, I went back too far. So this will be right around 11 o'clock. Then by about noon or so, we're pushing everything out of here. But we will continue to look at impacts across our region this morning. And I believe this should still be in the show somewhere. So we're watching this area here in purple. This is an area that the National Weather Service has outlined for icing concerns in our area this morning. Freezing rain is likely. We've already seen that. New ice accumulations of 1/10 of an inch will be possible. And we're going to be talking about travel not really being advised. Again, that's just what I'm saying. I'm saying you shouldn't go out and travel. Very few people listen to that advice that I give, which is fine. But if I were still living back home in Southern Maryland, I would not be traveling this morning. But that's just what I would be doing. I can get you, and I want to see if I actually still have this loaded up from, let's see. I think, yeah, that's all I have. But so that's going to be what we talk about. I mean, continuously, if I can bring it back over here, and I need to bring up our, let's get the pen tool loaded here. And in the meantime, I'll just get this turned off and kind of show you the area we're really going to be looking at for impacts today. And yes, I see Michelle's asking, will the ice clear up near Waldorf? Yes. It wouldn't just continue in Waldorf and clear up everywhere else today. We'll look at impacts that improve throughout the day for everyone. The highest impacts right now we're seeing locally exist right in this region. And I would expect conditions to continue to be impacted through much of the morning hours. I think you could expect just impacts, generally speaking, from this line that goes from about Annapolis to about Brandywine to about Indian Head. It's going to be points south and east of this line where we're looking at continuing issues this morning. Impacts to travel, potential power outages, but again, the highest chance of power outages are going to be really in that pink circle where we're looking at the heaviest, or we're looking at some of the highest ice accretion totals coming in. And we've seen that throughout the morning. As we just push it back over here to the SMECO website and just kind of explore this a little bit, you really see that that is where we're looking at the core of our power outages this morning. I mean, and you won't get this kind of information on the news. We're not going to go in depth with you on this. But it really does show you it's this region in here. It's really like the Lusby area down towards about Solomons, across the Patuxent, from about Hollywood, parts of Leonardtown, but it's really south of Leonardtown, across California, Lexington Park, Great Mills, Callaway, Valley Lee, Piney Point, Tall Timber, St. George Island, St. Mary City, St. James. It's really that region right through there, and you can see that clearly displayed here, where we're looking at these impacts that are going to continue, I think, and this will also impact area roads. I'll see if I can try to get, I know this looks a little crazy right now, but what I would like to do, let me pop over here, because that's getting on my nerves. As you just pop over here, let's just take a look at some of our cameras. This is the Callaway area. This is 5 at 246. This is looks like to be a little bit north of where most of those power outages are. This is just north of Drayton. But we can still see, what I'm really looking at here is that we still have our power, our traffic lights that are on. As we head up the road over towards 3 Notch Road at Chancellor's Run Road, you see traffic is moving along. I mean, I get people do need to travel. Again, not essential travel. I definitely wouldn't recommend. But you can see we still have traffic lights on here, but you can see it just looks very like misty outside. And it's when we get these light precip rates, as people are flying down the road. We're talking about these light precip rates that are really going to allow for ice to gradually accumulate. Let's see, Lynn is saying, I'm just a couple minutes from Valley Leap, but consider Leonardtown and power is out. I'm like 5 minutes from 246 and 5. Yeah, so this, actually, and I can show you. I mean, if I pop you over here, I mean, this is literally what I'm using. So, I mean, I'm literally not accessing anything that anyone else can't get. But as we kind of zoom in here, so the camera I like to reference is Callaway, I mean, is in Callaway, but it's the area that is just to the north here of where many of our power outages are, and it looks like this just got updated about 3 minutes ago. So we're still sitting with about 6,500 people without power. The vast majority of them are really kind of centered here in this area, and this is really going to be the area that we see the impacts. Probably the highest impacts will probably be in this part of St. Mary's County today, because we're going to continue to look at freezing rainfall. And this is going to be the area where it's the most likely to fall, and this is going to be the area where you've already seen ice, and you're already seeing those power lines get weighed down, those branches and on the trees have been kind of weighed down, and this is really going to be what we talk about today. Again, it's the Drayton area, and you can tell it here. So Drayton down towards Piney Point. This is Callaway, Valley Lee, here the Park Hall area. We have Tall Timbers over here. It's this region that's kind of to the west of Route 5, essentially, because you have Route 5 that kind of runs kind of like this. So that's Route 5. So it's really to the west and south of Route 5 here in Callaway that we're looking at those, you know, the highest concentration of power outages. And yeah, Katie's saying she just lost power in Breton Bay. If we come up here a little bit, yeah, I mean, we can see, I mean, we have several power outages being reported in this region as well. We have a larger outage out here over towards the Leonardtown area. Crews are working on this. 121 customers are out. I see someone asked if Willows Road in Lexington Park has power. You could access this website here. It's just the SMECO website. I do not know where Willows Road is. I can tell you that in Lexington Park there are scattered outages. Towards the Drayton area, so it looks like SMECO knows about this issue. They don't have a crew working on it just yet. The same down here towards Piney Point. As we head over towards the Valley Lee, yeah, it looks like they're not. So for 3 of these 4 outages, the 3 southernmost, I don't know if I zoom out too far, you don't see it. These 3 southernmost outages do not have crews working on them right now. But this northern outage here, this red one here, right off of Route 5 here, right off of Point Lookout Road in Callaway, this does have a crew working on it. We have a crew working on this outage that's over here near the St. James area. We have crews working on outages over here towards like the Town Creek in California area. Over here towards Lusby, crews are working on this outage as well. As we head further into Town Creek, right off of the Thomas Johnson Bridge, we can see that. And I wonder if we come over here, let's just see if that Thomas Johnson Bridge has... I mean, it's just an icy scene, and you could see this a little clear if I bring up the, this version of the screen. I mean, it looks very icy this morning, and what I'm noticing here, if I come back over here on the chart website, and the way that they are currently labeling road conditions, the Thomas Johnson Bridge, it looks like, and I know I'm really kind of like getting in here. I mean, we see lots of red on here. So this tells us that the Thomas Johnson Bridge, you're seeing continuing issues. And that's kind of to be expected because of the ice we've had. And it always impacts our elevated roadways, our bridges, and our roadways first. Travel, by and large, on... like, if you're traveling up 3 Notch Road, or you're traveling up Point Lookout Road, Route 5, or on over, I don't know, like Loveville, and, I mean, these areas... by and large, they're all right, but again, you're going to have some slick spots, and you're going to have some ice patches that are going to be out there. And Wesley's saying there's a tree partially blocking 4 near the bridge, apparently. I wonder if we can see that. Let's bring you over here. Let's see what we can see. With this gives me a power I shouldn't have, just like stalking things. So Wesley, I wonder if that would actually maybe be on the Thomas Johnson Bridge side, because I'm not seeing... or maybe it's on this side as well. I'm seeing literally no traffic here. On this, I mean, this is a live feed of the Thomas Johnson Bridge. We literally see, I mean, okay, there goes one car, as I say that. But I mean, I see literally almost no incoming traffic into St. Mary's County. And yeah, so the bridge is, let's see, is a 2-hour delay, no earlier than 9 a.m. So that would 100% play a role in it. But even with that, we can see... even though that the bridge, or even though the base has a delayed opening, we still have a lot of traffic over here on 235, 237, and as we head over here towards the California camera, I mean, just look how icy this looks. It's a very icy scene this morning in St. Mary's County, but we do see traffic continuing to move through, move across the area, so that it would raise some red flags that we see traffic here on like 3 Notch Road, in California and Lexington Park, but as we head over here towards the Thomas Johnson Bridge, there's nothing. So, and this is the only camera I have access to on this side. Aaron wants to know where I'm finding road conditions. Again, you can literally head, I mean, if I bring over here, yeah, here we go. This is just the chart website. So, anyone can access this, but this does show us, I mean, if we come back, I mean, again, if we really zoom in here, and I want to get into a view that you all can kind of see, because I know I can see this very clearly on my side, but I know it's kind of compressed on your side. But just here on the Thomas Johnson Bridge, we see lots of red. We see dark red. So that would indicate to us that we have a decent amount of traffic issues this morning on the Thomas Johnson Bridge. And potentially, if we have a tree that's down blocking the roadway over here in Calvert County, that would kind of, explain why. And yeah, traffic accident on the Solomon's Bridge. Did it just go out, Casey? Maybe that's it. So that would explain again why we literally have no traffic at all, kind of coming in from blow this up. Why we have no incoming traffic into St. Mary's County. Heading back over here to the Smutco website, though, I see someone is saying that the majority of the ranch club was without power. I'm not sure that's necessarily a true statement because we don't have a huge one huge outage. We do have scattered outages though across the area. And so this outage here, the Chesapeake Ranch Estates, is affecting 927 customers. This is affecting 5. This is affecting 17, 13. This is a little bit of a bigger outage down here near Rousby Hall. 368 customers. And as we head on up towards on up the road towards Calvert Cliffs State Park, about 2. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And someone wants to know traffic code. Yeah, it's hard for me to kind of give you a specific. I know that's what a lot of people want are specifics. I mean, I can kind of tell you what. So when I say that, like, oh no, I just ended up in the Bahamas. like the traffic camera website's going crazy. This is what I'm talking about. It just goes crazy. We can kind of try to zoom in a little bit gradually into the Chaptico area, see what we're looking at. Again, I won't be able to give you specifics though, and I definitely don't know this part of St. Mary's County all that well, but it looks generally like a 234. I mean, it looks pretty green, but maybe over towards Clements, then you have some issues. I see some red popping up here. Some issues out here towards Leonardtown as you get near the Brenton Bay. As we head on up here, up Mechanics Hill Road, we have we have scattered issues. Again, if you don't need to travel this morning, and I've said this plenty of times, and I don't know how more clearly to put it. If you don't need to travel, don't travel. Like, if I didn't need to go into work today and I lived back home in Lesby, I would not be leaving. And, I mean, that's just kind of where I'm at. And yeah, Tiffany's saying at 2:34 people are flying by. I mean, and I definitely, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, when are people not flying down 2:34? And yeah, but, I mean, yeah, Wesley, I mean, again, I guess you could call it the power of the 10 to 15 mile an hour winds, or I would maybe just call it the issue of consistent ice accretion since this time yesterday on these trees. So this is really just kind of where we're at right now. A solid 600 or 6,500 people are without power. The vast majority, and if we just do by zip code, I wonder if this, yeah, I mean, the vast majority are kind of here in Leonardtown, down towards Callaway, down towards Piney Point, and over here in the Lesby area. And you can see the queue over here. Again, this is just the SMECO website. You all can definitely use this yourself, kind of get in here and kind of look. But these blue areas represent the highest concentration of outages. So what I want to do quickly, I want to take you back over. Where do I want to take you? Yeah, we can stay here. That's fine. But yeah, so that kind of gives you a nice overview of where we stand. Casey is saying trees have a lot of ice on them, and Solomon's kind of expected, given the setup we've had the last day and a half. So this will be something that we continue to watch, and I will continue to keep you updated on it. So stay tuned here on Facebook, where the vast majority of you are watching. You can also get updates over on Twitter at JB_weather and on Instagram at JBweather. That's about what I have for you right now. The freezing rain, we kind of lull in it right now. We will look at potentials for freezing rain to continue. I could bring that up. They're about noon today. So just be aware that we could see the issues we see this morning. We can continue to see them exist as we head into, the mid to late morning hours. So just, if you do need to travel, I know people do need to travel. Not everyone can just stay home. Just use caution. Power outages are numerous this morning. We have over 6,500 people without power, really kind of concentrated here in the Lesby area and really concentrated in that Callaway Valley Lee region as well. These are the several areas that we're talking about. And a lot of people are saying that they're surrounded by trees. And I grew up in the Ranch Club, and our house literally sat on top of a hill on Running Fox Road and was surrounded by trees. I get the worry. The good news is that we're not talking a huge ice storm here, and the winds are not crazy at all this morning. I mean, we're looking at 10 to 15 mile an hour gusts. However, do be aware that, we've seen a quarter inch of ice. So that's when we start to kind of introduce the idea of issues in our region. And I can stay here a little longer and talk to you all, but I do want to do a power outage update over on Facebook. So you all will just need to bear with me through that as I get that kind of updated, which you can see me do in real time here. If you want to let me know what you're seeing outside your door, it gives me a good idea of what we're looking at. But I do want to kind of get this up. And let's see, Jennifer's saying we're near Callaway and Leonardtown. Power just went out. Yeah. So let's see, we cut this at 7. We'll call it 7:19 for when this actually ends up going up. Power outages continue to play parts of let's see something right now. An estimated that was 6,500 people. Customers rather are without power. The highest concentration of these are in the Lusby area and in the Callaway / and what I've noticed as I do these Facebook posts, it's like I did a post earlier, and it was the first post in like 3 that I didn't say travel isn't advised, because I figured it would just kind of be known, because it was something about like Futurecast. And people were like, oh, can I travel? It's like, oh, it's a one post I don't write that on that people, they find and they need to ask that question on. It's like, just use, again, a lot of this is just common sense, honestly. I'm not really gonna tell you anything that, you don't know. A lot of these are in the Lusby area. In the Callaway Touch Valley Lee area. Okay, let's get this over to Twitter. We'll post that 7:20, so I ended up being a minute behind. And then we'll just get rid of this last sentence. Awesome, and then there we go. So we just got a new update to our power outages. And that always seems to happen, no matter what it is I am posting. There's always an update as soon as I post something. It happens every single time, and it annoys me. Alright, we'll just delete this and we'll do a repost, and I'll give y'all an idea what we're looking at. And actually, what I can do, no, that doesn't really work out that way. But we just got a new update of outages. I need to update this post, so give me 1 second as I get that together. Our new update in outages, though, does show that we are now up to over 7,000 people without power. So just bear with me as I get this together. Again, my apologies. And I'm also moving at a very slow speed this morning. So we're now, that's actually up over 7,500. Okay. Nope, there's only 1 0 there. And then now that this is posted, now we can kind of get into what we are tracking. Backspace tweet. Awesome. Let's bring it back over here. Let's get back into it. So this area up here, Leonardtown, it includes, I think this is just one block, so I'm not sure it's all of this. We will look by location, definitely, kind of get an update. And yeah, so the newest update that I think kind of sent the Leonardtown area into that orange stage is this new outage here near Brenton Bay. 829 people without power, just now coming into the system. We have another outage here up along St. Andrew's Church Road, 121 people without power. Crews are working on this outage, though. Crews are en route to this outage here along Point Lookout Road in Callaway. As you head down here near the Valley Lead, near Medley's Neck Road, 779 people are without power. Crews are assessing the condition. It is a known outage. Same story over down towards Drayton. Not working just yet, but crews are working on the outage that is affecting the Piney Point and Tall Timbers area. This is estimated to be restored around 9:14 this morning. We have another couple bigger outages as well over here towards the St. James area. 180 people are without power. Crews are working. That should be restored at around 8:29, so in about an hour. We have an outage out here towards the California area near Myrtle Point, 159 people without power. Crews are working. Town Creek, 97 people. And I know this seems very drawn out that I'm going by location, but if I don't, I will need to based off several comments. So I'm just doing this so everyone, they want to hear their town name, and to get an idea. And again, you can all access this at the SMECO website. But we have an outage out here towards Town Creek. About 97 people affected. Crews are assessing the condition. We have another outage out here in Lesby near Rilesby Hall Road. This, I believe, is near the Patuxent High area. Crews are working on this outage that's affecting 368 people, and that should be restored close to 11. Several outages in Lesby as well. 17 people without power near, this to me kind of looks like near the Seahorse Beach area. But I think the biggest outage right here is kind of near Lake Lariat. And I saw an image earlier today, I think it was on the Chesapeake Ranch Estates Facebook group that I'm a part of, kind of showing like several trees are like they're leaning over on power lines. So this doesn't surprise me. 927 customers are affected here in Lesby with this outage. I'm kind of circling here. So this gives you an idea really of what we're looking at, and you can see where the majority of our outages are. Again, really focused down here. I'm not sure if that comes through to you clearly. There we go. Kind of, focused right here where we have the highest concentration of outages right now, really in this region right through here. So we're looking at two areas by and large. Again, right here, and then right in here. These are kind of the two areas, and of course, these are the two areas where we have the highest number of followers at. So, it's these two zones up through here where we have the highest amount of outages. And again, right now, in case you all can't see it, we're running right around. Oh, that's supposed to be a comment. I do not know why I did that. Right now, running around 7,500 customers. Oh, math and numbers, not my thing. So that's where we stand with that. Coming back over here to the chart website, we'll just kind of try to get an idea of what we're looking at across the area. Let's come back down here towards Callaway. Traffic lights still look on. People going in towards Callaway, it looks like. Decent amount of traffic out that way. As we take you on over, and it's easier if I just show you this. This is a look at Leonardtown. This is going to... there we go. This is Leonardtown. This is 5 at 2:43. It's just a very icy scene this morning. As I take you back towards that Thomas Johnson Bridge we were looking at. So, you can see traffic beginning to back up a little bit out here as well. So, this would lead me to believe if they're backing up here. And yeah, as I zoom in here on the chart website. If I switch scenes here, as I zoom in, and again, it might be really hard to see, but right where this camera is, right near Town Creek, it's like right around there, we're starting to get issues. The entire Thomas Johnson Bridge is currently lit up as red, both inbound and outbound. And you're seeing traffic backing up all the way up here. This looks like towards out towards the Boomerangs. So, Nicole wants to know if there are any winds to report. We can give it a look. I don't think so. Let's look at, so no wind gusts to report. Pax River is currently reporting a wind, let's see, at about 12 knots. So again, winds between about 10 and 15 miles an hour, which, will cause issues, but it's, these aren't necessarily high wind gusts, especially for this area, given that we are near the water. Again, I'm just trying to zoom around on this website. It gets too finicky with me. But yeah, we're starting to see... Jesus. There we go. We're starting to see some traffic, back up here. So, and again, this is, I think, really going to be the story here, where we're talking about travel impacts. If we just kind of zoom out, kind of just take the focus right off of, southern areas quickly. Let's head up north. Let's take it over towards Nanjamoy. That road looks fine. Again, that's more of a secondary road, taking it on up towards Brandywine. Yeah, traffic seems to be flowing. Again, just use caution as you head out this morning. This is Chesapeake Beach. You can see we're looking at slush still on road, so I'm sure that that's very, very dicey as well. So head up towards Andrews. Light traffic this morning, kind of to be expected given kind of where we're at with their storm. Taking a look here over towards The Benedict Bridge traffic seems to be moving all right. The small amount of traffic there is. The 301 bridge, there's something here. But the vast majority of what we're looking at is fine. Yeah, and someone saying they just announced an accident on the bridge. That doesn't surprise me. So, I mean, yeah. So, given the traffic pattern here, it kind of leads me to believe that maybe we're looking at 2 accidents. The reason I say that is because if I can show you my screen over here, too far. Okay. So we have like a clustering of red, and I know this is like really local. We have a clustering of red here. But then we have traffic that's also stopped right here ahead of the camera. So that leads me to believe that maybe there's an accident, like, oh, I don't know, maybe like right around here, then maybe there's another accident, like maybe right down towards here. That's just kind of using context clues of what we're kind of looking at. This is kind of what I'm noticing here, because we have a decent amount of, lots of red back up here on Route 4, and then kind of we see that backing up over in then this region. So potentially we're looking at 2 impacted areas of travel there. Again, I know not all of you live here, and you're probably like, we do not know what you're talking about. That's the thing about Southern Maryland. It's so small yet so big. But yeah, we just kind of see the same story all across the area. So just stay safe if you're headed out today. We will continue to track this. Give you one last look over here at the SMECO website. And we don't have a new update just yet. This comes in every 15 minutes. I guess we'll be getting a new update in a couple of minutes. But if you do have a power outage, make sure you're reporting it to SMECO. I can't report it for you, unfortunately. But yeah, this will continue to be the story for the next few hours. Our region really is highlighted for that potential for icing concerns in our region. Freezing rain will be likely along the bay. We've already seen that this morning. We will continue to have issues, and we will continue to monitor this as we head forward. So just be aware through noon, these types of impacts will be likely. This afternoon, we'll get a little better. Temperatures will get above freezing. We'll allow a little bit of melting, but then tonight we head back down below freezing, which could lead to additional slick spots. But this weekend looks storm-free. Looks a little windy, but it looks storm-free. So I will continue to keep you updated here in the Storm Center. I'm looking over all the latest information, keeping you updated. You can get updates here on Facebook, over on Twitter at JB_weather, Instagram at JBweather, and on the website, jbweather.net. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, and I will continue to keep you updated.